Assalamu alaikum everybody, this is your Arabic teacher Sam and a very warm welcome back to the YouTube channel for another awesome video. Hope you guys are okay. So this video is actually especially for a student of mine on the Arabic in 60 Steps program, but I thought I'd let you guys sit in on it as well in case you guys can benefit from it a little bit too. So Fiona emails me and asks, "Hi Sam, hope you don't mind me taking advantage of your offer to help with some of the things on the course." No problem at all, ask away. That is a privilege of being a person who knows me generally, but being a person who's on the program, obviously I love all the people on the channel, but I especially love the people who are on the program. I was wondering how the past and present passive of beginning week verbs are formed. For those of you who are not on the program, beginning week verbs, we're talking about verbs that have a vowel at the beginning, verbs like wajada, wasafa, waqa'a, wada'a, and verbs like that. You went through the active and passive participles nicely, thank you very much. I presume the past tense is formed as per the standard rule. So the standard rule that she's talking about is kind of putting, you know, where we are in the course at the moment, the verbs that we do in the passive, we use like this u'i'a pattern, yeah? Ketebe, he wrote. Kutiba would become it was written, right? That's how we do the passive up until this point in the course. So yeah, so a verb like wasafa, yeah, meaning to describe something, it was described would be wasifa, yeah? It's used like that. Like there's no reason for the vowel at the beginning, the wa, to disappear because it's actually a consonant in this case, right? It's not being pronounced like an ooh. It's not a vowel, really. It's a consonant. It's a w sound. So, you know, so we would have wasifa, you know, it was described. And the same with wajada. We would have wujida, like it was found. But the question is, but how are they formed when the weak letter disappears? This is a question about the present tense. Because normally in the active present tense with these, what we call beginning week verbs, what we do in the present tense is we usually have to cut off this wow, in the form 1 anyway. So we have a verb like wajada, and in the present tense becomes yajidu. So what do we do when we get rid of that? What happens when we have to get rid of that? So the answer is that in the passive, I think there is a part in the book where I'm explaining it actually in this lesson. I don't know if you didn't see it or if it might be in a letter, it might be in a lesson after this. But actually, you know, actually, in the passive, that letter doesn't disappear. It's not like yejidu, like it does in the active. We actually end up with yujadu. We end up with yujed. You know, so we actually keep that wow when it's the passive. It's a really good question because it actually leads on to something really important, because using the term yujed and even using the passive participle mawjud, especially in Amiyya, is a really useful way of saying that there is something. You know, if something is there, or you know, if something, yeah, it is there, a way of saying there is something, you know, it's really handy to say mawjud. And even you can use it with people in Amiyya especially as well and say hum mawjudeen, like they're present. And it literally kind of translates to like they are found. Yeah, and that's kind of a way of saying there is something in Arabic. Yeah, so using yujed, like yujed is, yeah, it was probably the most common way in Fusha of saying like there is something, you know, hel yujed, blah blah blah. I think there's a sentence in one of the workbooks. It would be in book 1. Something that I remember writing it, something like هل يوجد نبي عربي في القرآن. Like, is there an Arab prophet in the Quran? And yes, there are. But yeah, so that's how we do it. You don't need to cut off the wow if it's a passive version of the present tense or a passive version of a fi'l mudari'. So that's the answer. Hope some of you other guys can benefit from that too. Anyone else who's on the Arabic in 60 Steps program, obviously I say at the end of every single video, make use of me inshallah if you need to. Yeah, so that's it. Hope that answers your question, Fiona. Please just get in touch with me again if that doesn't quite answer your question properly. If you have any other questions, then yeah, cool, just get in touch. Look forward to seeing you guys soon. Have a really nice weekend. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.